30. Right now, we've got on the phone Miss June Marie from the Artesia Literacy Council. Good morning.
Good morning, Dean. I almost called you my husband's name. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Yeah, I almost... Good morning, Gene. Well, his is Dean. You can see why I could slip up that way.
There is a similarity there. Well, for those that may or may not know, you have been out for a few days. You fighting the old coronavirus, and but I'm glad to hear you're feeling better and back at work.
Right. Yeah, it was what a time to get it. Right as we're getting back to starting the school year, where people come back at the end of the summer. They may be taking the break, and now they're coming back again to finish what they're doing and everything like that. It's like, no, I can't be sick now. The body's going, oh yes, we can.
But you're feeling better now, and
right.
back at work. What was the worst part about your COVID experience? What did you have the most trouble dealing with?
Well, we had trouble trying to get the medication they wanted us to take, but we had to go down to Carlsbad to get it. And then after we got started on the med, was the funny taste it left in our mouth from the medication. But I mean, it worked great, and we got over it in we took a 5-day round of the medicine, and we were negative at the end of the 5 days. So that was great. But
good.
It was it was definitely frustrating.
I'll bet.
Try to find the medicine when they say, here, this is what we want you to take, and you call and you say, well, the state's only releasing so many, and we won't get any until maybe next week. Going, oh, good.
Then I'll be over the stupid thing. I wonder, well, that raises a bunch of questions. Well, we're not going to talk about that here. What we are going to talk about, though, is now that you're back and kids are getting ready to go back to school, and what's the Literacy Council working on as we get into the fall?
Well, we're working on a number of things. We've modified the subscription for our GED to include, it's called pre-GED. And the biggest difference is that some of the material, as they read it on their phones or their tablets or wherever they're doing the work, it will read it aloud with them and help. It's got a little more helps to it for people that need to work on their reading. Of course, that's part of what we do. But now it'll be more where they can do it on their own without somebody reading it with them. It'll be, more independent, and then we can follow through and work with them in a classroom setting. We're also thinking about starting back up again, having evening classes. I'm kind of tentatively looking for a location where we can do that, but we've done it here. We're at the church in the other part of the building, but of course we can't on Wednesday night because they have services. But
right.
But I've got several people that are needing to get their GED that they're working during the day, so they can't come in my regular sessions. But and of course that means too, I really need more tutors. Some people that could come in the evening for maybe an hour on Monday evening, Tuesday evening, Thursday evening.
Okay.
That would be terrific. Because these people, and we're working on different people and places that could work with us on that project. Because there's a lot of people that they're working, yay, and then but they still want to get that GED, and so it's needs to be at a time that they can actually work on it. But we're, that's one of the things that are in the works. We're, we're recruiting board members. It's time to start a new year on the board.
Okay.
And so we're looking for people to come in and help us run the place, to be my boss. If you've ever wanted to boss June Marie, this would be your chance to do it.
But that doesn't happen very often, right?
And sometimes I really do need adult supervision, so that would be great.
That's true. Don't we all?
Yes. Yeah, it's like the old T-shirts I always loved, the one that says runs with scissors, The one that was always for for me was doesn't shut up,
sounds like you that's a lot of Weird Al Yankovic stuff right there. He had a whole album of his songs called Running with Scissors.
Oh no, this was just there were 2 or 3 of them, but it was things like, you got you got your 4, when I was in school, we got 4, like kindergarten and 1st and 2nd grade, we got 4 grades, reading, math, social studies, I can't remember, and writing, I think were the 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And anyway, then you got all these S's and U's, and I always got S's, but they probably gave me S minuses, I think, on the one for not talking in class. And but yeah, there were some of them that they made jokes about, that they had T-shirts that were Run with Scissors, and the one that I really wanted, because it was so true, was Colored Outside the Lines.
Yep. I never could do that. I always added to the picture. No, I could, but I always wanted to make it more, expand on the picture. That's right. So you're talking about the GED classes, which are important for folks who want to improve their job status or improve just their job opportunities and things like that.
Right. And then the other area that we have such a great program to work with it for the English language learners. And we used to be English ESLs, and now they're English language learners. They have the new and improved the name, but same thing. And we have a great program for that works, again, with their smartphones, where they can hear the words and say the words, and it will tell them how well they're saying the words in English. It helps them with their pronunciation, and really does a great job. It's just really a great program. I mean, it's just well designed, and it's specifically designed for people that come from Mexico, or from the countries right there where most of our students come from. As far as English language learners, it's designed with that type of Spanish, coming from that type of Spanish, rather than the Castilian or something else, Cuban. Sometimes, I've had people ask about taking the GED in Spanish, and you can, but it's more difficult because it is set up for people like from Puerto Rico and that area, and so it's more like Cuban Spanish, which is more like European Spanish than Mexican Spanish. So it's the one that we have really works with the people that do that. Yeah, we are open from 9 until 4. Sometimes I sneak off early, but most of the time, especially if you give me a call and say you're coming in, I will be happy to wait here till 4. I have to leave at 4 because that's the rules at the church, here where we are. But there otherwise, if you're going to come in the afternoon. Sometimes, especially getting over being puny, sometimes I'll sneak off a little early if there's nobody here. But if there's, I'll stay as long as we have students.
Okay.
But please, if you've ever thought about tutoring, even if you could just do one afternoon of that group, then we could maybe get a group of 3 or 4 that could do 1 day a week out of the program. That would be great.
Sure. How do we get? We're running up on the clock here. So how do we get a hold of you? The best way to reach out to you.
The best way is 2 ways. One is to go to the website. It has an application for both for the tutors, and if there's just contact for the board members, and then or call us by phone, which is 575-748-9740.
June Marie, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Glad you're feeling better. And how about we talk again here in a couple weeks?
Sounds great.
All right.
Take care, Gene.
You too.